at last. I can move forward with my research. Here's your payment. Though, of course, the greatest reward is knowing you've contributed to a breakthrough that could change Avalon. Speaking of which, would you like to contribute? A little bit more? You've proven yourself capable and resilient, which makes you an ideal candidate for something far more valuable than mere coin. The snail slime you brought me needs to be tested in conjunction with my formula, a distillation of Dalriata essence I've been perfecting. Simply stand against that wall there. One small injection, and you could become stronger, faster, maybe even resistant to the weirdness itself. Others might balk at such an opportunity, but I suspect you possess the vision to recognize greatness when it's offered. Now, shall we proceed with making history? Finally, someone who understands the gravity of our situation and the necessity of my work. The injection will only take a moment. Any discomfort will be temporary, I assure you. A small price for the transformation that awaits. The Dalriata's strength flows through this formula. Soon it will flow through you as well. Hold still now. You're awake at last. Good. I was beginning to worry the sedative was too strong for even your constitution. I apologize for the accommodations. Locking you up was necessary. The process of creating the essence requires absolute precision. No interruptions. The Dalriata around you, they didn't survive the extraction process. A regrettable necessity, you understand. When their blood flowed through their veins, it served no greater purpose. But here in my laboratory, it gained meaning. I gave it purpose. They died because, despite their physical strength, they were fundamentally weak. That same weakness afflicts all humans on Avalon, and soon the weirdness will claim them all. Can't you see the nobility in what I'm doing? I'm transforming humanity into something that can endure, making us all stronger. The Dalriata's physical superiority is at the beginning. What I'm looking for is something transcendent.
What? Let me see those notes. Dolph, you deranged, twisted old man. I apologize. I'm just a bit shocked. I knew Dolph had unconventional ideas, but this goes far beyond what I ever imagined. There's something seriously wrong in our guild. Thank you for bringing this to light. Given how much you've helped us, I think it's time for you to meet Heled. There's no point in explaining too much now. You'll see soon enough. Just know Heled embodies everything the guild stands for. That's all.
It's good to finally meet you. Alma and Tyrannus have sent me reports about your progress. Thank you for dealing with the troublemakers in our guild. Though I wish your introduction to us had been under better circumstances. I'm surprised you've even heard of that term. The Druids have always been very thorough in preventing our existence. Now that they're gone, I assumed that knowledge was lost. But yes, I am the head of the guild. And don't worry, I'm perfectly fine like this. Knowing what I might become, Dryads have always been a particular interest of mine. The curse couldn't have chosen better. The guild was founded long before I became a Dryad. Trust me, I spent my entire career preparing for this eventuality. I built this place, gathered like-minded people, and only then entered the ritual circle. Becoming bound to this place wasn't a problem. It was an opportunity. Yes, a very old, very persistent one. Born of something abhorrent, I believe. It's carried and sustained across the land by the weirdness. I doubt we'll ever trace its origins. I've spent most of my life researching its possible causes, and this is the only explanation that fits, despite what some druids might have thought about the so-called feminine weaknesses they harped on about. For further research, of course. I'm not sure how much you know about Dryads, but we are as bound to a place as it is bound to us. I perceive things differently now, in ways I never could when I was flesh and blood. My connection to nature is far deeper than any druid could dream of. We are surrounded by boundless energies, and I feel their currents flowing through every creature, every plant around me. It's made me realize how much there is still to discover, and how uniquely positioned I am for the exploration. Well, my form might be surprising. After all, if you ask any druid, a Dryad is a failure. But to me, it's a step in the right direction. You see, a Dryad forms when a female druid is unable to complete her rite of passage. Sadly, it happens more often than not. But this has always been a personal fascination of mine, so I came prepared. I was fairly certain, yes. This curse, for I do believe it's an ancient curse on the land, is nearly impossible to avoid. There have been rare cases where a Ban Druid was born instead of a Dryad, but those are exceptionally uncommon. It's better to prepare for the most likely outcome than gamble on the rarest one, isn't it? I decided not to see being bound to this place as a burden, but as an opportunity. It's not that bad. You were unfortunate enough to witness us at our worst, that's true. But such cases are rare, and we deal with them swiftly. Our goal is noble, but it can sometimes attract questionable individuals. Extracting and manipulating the spark of life sounds lofty and almost godlike. Some people take it to heart. A little too much. Ah, I'm glad you asked. You've arrived just in time to witness our crowning achievement. You see, the propaganda about druids using human sacrifices in their rituals was not entirely unfounded. It wasn't something they did constantly, but it did happen on occasion, and the results were incredibly powerful. It allowed them to manipulate the weirdness in ways that were previously impossible. The force of creation, combined with the pure potential of the weirdness, created limitless possibilities. But the cost was too great for anyone with even the most basic of morals. Yes, I don't believe in necessary evils, or that the ends justify the means. We desperately need a breakthrough in mastering the weirdness, but I vowed to find a different way. A better way. Being what I am has given me a unique ability to peer into the very energies that drive us, and what I uncovered is this. Human life is simply a form of energy. It is unique to us, and as I said, extremely potent. But it is still just energy. That means there must be a way to replace it with a more humane substitute. Why? It doesn't take anything away from your humanity. Your life force may drive you, but it doesn't compel you to do anything. Except survive, I suppose. It's a spark that makes you who you are. But what you do with it is entirely your choice. I believe so. In fact, that's one of the reasons I asked you here. After all the trouble we've put you through as a new member, I feel you've earned the privilege of seeing the fruits of our labor. Go on, take a look. It's just behind these doors. And what do you think? Impressive, isn't it? We don't. Every component was obtained in strict accordance with the Guild's Code of Conduct. Using the power granted by my unique condition and the weirdness, I created a life force entirely of my own design. Completely artificial. I infused that life into the creature. And now, here it is. Our very own living construct. Don't be vulgar. Of course not. Necromancers don't create anything. They merely toy with residual energies lingering in the dead. I didn't raise something that was once alive. I created life itself, from nothing. That's the interesting part. It actually does. Perhaps our form defines us more than we realize. Not the details, though. It doesn't even have all the usual organs. Just a heart, a brain, lungs, and a liver. The liver was crucial for some reason. How so? Ah, I understand. A bit like a distorted mirror, isn't it? It's almost familiar, and yet you can tell it's not how it should be. Good. That's the reaction I was hoping for. I've been considering conducting the ultimate test. I've discovered that a dryad can be freed from the place she's bound to by completing the ritual with a human sacrifice. Obviously, that was never an option. But now, I have access to energy that should be equivalent. If it frees me, it will mean we've succeeded. The energy has to be released, yes. But it's not truly alive like you or me. So perhaps destroy is a better term. You have been vital in ensuring our guild runs smoothly once again. So I thought that perhaps you would like to do the honors. No, the chamber is ready for the ritual. You may proceed whenever you're ready. It worked! I'm free! And the power coursing through me is truly astonishing. I was right. All these years of searching have finally yielded the results I hoped for. Now, I welcome you to the Guild as our newest member. Our doors will always be open to you, but I believe you have your own path to follow. Just be mindful that from now on, you are part of something greater. Whatever decisions you make, do not forget what it means to be an alchemist.
They were a young and ambitious guild, mostly centered around the Royal Academy in Camelot. We were all strangers in a strange land, with everything still to be discovered. They were vital to our survival on Avalon. Their healing potion alone saved countless lives. I wasn't there when they began to change. It pains me to see that a once respected guild has been reduced to what it is now. No, but there were female druids. Not many, though. Merlin had a few women apprenticing under him. My sister Morgaine also followed the druidic path, until she invented one of her own, of course. I don't recall the rite of passage ever having such tragic consequences. I always believed it was symbolic. Perhaps this land truly is cursed after all.